Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today it's an IRL video, English version of the one I've posted not that long ago or simultaneously, because it's another interesting purchase I've made, and also I wanted to use this video as an excuse to test a tripod that was originally going for my thesis, and I wanted to see how it performs with such a recording. So starting off, today I will talk about the Moondrop Kadenz, which are in-ear monitors or in-ear earphones. I wanted to talk about how pleasant I found them to use, despite being really specific ones among all others in the same range, same price range. So feel free to enjoy the video. Let me explain on the beginning that I am not an audiophile, so this will not be strictly audiophile video, but rather simply the opinion of a person who has purchased this product and wants to give his opinion after the purchase. The Moondrop brand consists mainly of audio equipment such as in-ear monitors or earphones, headphones, over-ears, or accessories such as converters or DACs. Their range of products falls into many price brackets such as the Chew and Space Travel headphones, where we can get versions of those for little over $20–25, or the stuff that is well above around $300 or so if I were to convert that from my currency to dollars, or the other way if I remember correctly. Like Blessing Free, Meteor or Dusk, but I won't touch those in this video. They also have collabs with creators or even games. See for example Moondrop Neko Cake with Girls Frontline theme, or Moondrop Robin, where, as the name implies, they are a collab between Moondrop and Hoyoverse and their game Honkai Star Rail. So if you are watching here for the Honkai, it might be a cool, interesting fact for you. The brand itself a few years ago had a very strong range of products in the mid and low end. There were KXS, Starfield and Aria earphones, which were rather well received, especially Aria, where for $80 or so you were getting a very similar sound for less money. But the years flew by and the new products were not as groundbreaking according to the opinion, in the sense that if one liked the sound of, say, KXXS, then one could choose Kato IEMs, which were in a way the successor to those. Aria 2 has different sound from Aria 1, and it would be hard to compare them, in my opinion. At this point, however, I'm moving on to the Moondrop Kadenz, which are the successor to the Kato to some extent, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now that I have this not very well constructed introduction behind me, I can move on to the earphones. We will start with what's in the box. Most of the price you will pay is probably the presentation, trust me. In the box, in addition to the IEMs, you will get the cable with which you connect them to the said IEMs, and they are ended. The cable is ended with a 4.4 jack. For this we have two adapters, one converts 4.4 into 3.5 and the other is in DSP called Hobby or Ecobee, which is converter to USB-C for your phone or computer. In addition, in this box we have a set of tapes that we insert into our ears. There are 3 silicone or rubber tips of different sizes and 3 so-called spring tips, also in 3 different sizes. They stick to the nozzle very tightly and I can confirm this. They were hard to insert, but it was worth it. You have to turn them around and try to insert them at an angle, and then after pressing it they fit in, and in order to probably take them off you probably have to use either some more force, or just to not break them, use any tool that you can loosen them up properly. According to the manufacturer, they are supposed to prevent bass leakage and improve wearing comfort. With the latter, I could agree because they are very comfortable, which is what I wanted, as my ears are not adapted to thick nozzles. I'm looking at you, Trufir. Also included there are 3 types of nozzles of different lengths, so it's not like in Kato where you had silver nozzles and brass nozzles. Here you have just different lengths. In Kadenz, these can be unscrewed and screwed on completely different. And finally, there's a case to store those IEMs. Inside there, I always keep also that USB-C DSP, since I have to either carry this to, well, like I said, connect them to my phone. The headphones themselves are quite heavy. They are not made of resin or plastic, but as the manufacturers say, from stainless steel. You can find some discomfort during the first few uses because of their weight, but after the second or third use I got used to it. And comfort-wise, I have to come back here again because I really had concerns after trying Trufir Nova a few months back, and they were really uncomfortable for my ears, both in shape and size. The nozzle is definitely smaller than in Zero Red, but I still could not put them in properly, while with Kadenz they are definitely smaller in size and in nozzle thickness, and except for the weight, they didn't cause any much discomfort. At this point, however, I must stop praising the construction and raise the issue of one 10mm dynamic driver. For the price that is proposed, which is about $200, there are many other proposals like Kiwi Ears Quintet having one dynamic, one planar, 2 balanced and 1 PZT drivers, or the mentioned previously Trufir Nova, where if they would fit you, they have 1 dynamic and 4 balanced drivers. However, for that price I would expect something else, but what really matters is whether you like or dislike the sound first, right? Well, moving on to the sound, I use these earphones in 2 ways, maybe 3 if you count also connecting to the another device. I connected Kadenz with 4.4 balanced plug into my iFi Zen DAC V2 and also to my computer and phone through the Echo B dongle. Before I get to my feelings, it is worth quoting an audiograph here to understand what I am talking about and to make everything understandable. Rest assured, I don't fully understand it myself as well, but the explanation in the bottom you will see will make it clear because, well, talking about music and the curves, it is really hard to say what you feel while looking at the graph and trying to, visualize that. However, by the description that is below the graph that I will insert here, you could understand what stands for what, if I could say it properly. So yeah, you can probably see here on the screen any explanation for those things. So the dashed line is the target curve that the line sets, and the colored line sets the tuning of these IEMs. And so, for example, I will compare it to the Harman curve because it is easier to read and it is the most generic curve to which you can probably compare. There is a lot of bass and high mid-range. Please don't eat me for this opinion. At the bottom we can find such explanations for sub-bass, mid-bass, low mid-range, high mid-range, treble and air. Moondrop Kadenz is tuned under its curve, which is VDSF target curve, and what we can read from this graph, well, it is on the rather bright side. The sub-bass is not exposed, while the mid-bass comes out higher. As if I were to explain that, the listening sensation, it is impossible to feel the bass everywhere, but when this bass appears, it is really pleasant to listen to. Their sonograph is rather similar, more in mid-range, but more subdued treble and better air for vocals. And that should be all from theory and my nerdy talk off the top of my head. So my impressions are as I described. It's hard to look for bass in these headphones. If it's supposed to appear, it will appear and it is very pleasant. Moondrop Kadenz are very clear, and as I mentioned, I like the vocals in them, listening to a couple of tracks with female or male vocals. Well, there was more of the female ones, but it was pleasant to listen to. They were, in my opinion, very forwarded, while the instrumental part also performed quite well. It's possible that the mid-range was too high at some point, but it wasn't too excessive. Using the IFI Zen DAC V2, I have of course the ability to artificially boost the bass, and it makes quite a difference. If I were to rate them with this DAC, I would rank them very, very high, but since I am only talking about the headphones or earphones, I unfortunately have to talk only about them. Speaking of the DAC, the Echo B connected to the phone has the ability to use the Moondrop Link app. However, this one is incredibly clunky. If the app doesn't see the headphones, you have to click the plus and enter at the USB device part and select the Echo B and pray that it enters from that menu. If it's still not detecting that, you can unplug and plug. I tried that and then it could work. Some recommend just closing and opening the app again, but I found that that process, it resets everything, if I could say that properly. I just unplugged and plugged it, and that worked. And if you can finally enter the settings, you can set yourself various presets or set your own, and it saves to the dongle. So if you hit your favorite preset, you don't have to use the app, thankfully, unless you get another Moondrop product or something else that requires you to use this app. I personally like the bass plus preset, but haven't tinkered with any other custom presets yet. In terms of music or games, I really like the tuning that was done here. I also can't question the quality of their construction. However, for the price of about those $200, I can't recommend them or really say that the price is justified. Maybe when there's discounts or sale, maybe then. But at the original price, definitely not. If I would even count each thing separately that is in this box, which is of course headphones, the dongles, the presentation, what else, the nozzles, the ear tips. We are still left with IEMs that are supposed to be worth about $150 or so. If you want something similar at this price, then the previously mentioned Kiwi Ears Quintet might be good. The Quintet has higher bass and similar treble and air. If we go cheaper, Kiwi Ears Kadenza for about, if I remember correctly, $35. There's very similar style to the Quintet with this really high bass. But if you still want to try the Moondrop sound, then Aria 2 has also similar curve, but it is worth watching out for the quality due to possible paint chipping off from those IEMs. At least such posts I could encounter while browsing about them online. And finally, the Trufier Nova and Trufier Zero Blue 2. This I could recommend despite being way different in the sound. But well, there's still the issue of them possibly not fitting your ears. These are definitely for bigger ear canals. So that's really 50-50. Under right circumstances you can try them, but if you think your ears aren't big enough, you might not want them. Or if someone also wants to find out how the Moondrop Kadenz play, then go ahead and buy them. You might like them more than I do, or I don't know, someone will tell you that his let's say $20 earphones might be enough and is also satisfied. And yeah, that will be enough from me. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it and listened to my rambling, my feelings about how I feel about those headphones. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and see ya.